Chapter 2 High School Hopes and Dreams. Sonia was lonely all that summer. With nothing much to do, she turned to books. She spent hours reading in the library. Her favorite books were Nancy Drew mysteries. Sonia loved how Nancy Drew could solve crimes and catch bad guys. Sonia knew that she might not live very long due to her diabetes. Still, she thought a lot about the future. She was determined to make the most of the time she had. She wanted an important career. Maybe she could solve crimes like Nancy Drew or Perry Mason. Perry Mason was a hit TV show when Sonia was young. It was about a clever lawyer who defended innocent people accused of murder. Every week, Perry Mason would win a case in court. If she wanted to be a lawyer one day, Sonia knew she'd have to study hard and get good grades. Her mother had taught Sonia the importance of learning. Even though they were poor, Selina bought a set of encyclopedias for their home. The thick leather-bound books were the kind that most people only saw in libraries. Sonia paged through a different volume each day, learning as much as she could. School became easier after Sonia's father died. The nuns were kinder to Sonia now, and Selina started speaking English at home. That helped a lot. Sonia also learned that asking for help was a great way to succeed. One day she asked one of the smartest girls in school for help. The girl gave Sonia some study tips. After that, Sonia got better grades. By the time Sonia was ready to start high school, her Bronx neighborhood had become a rough place. It was full of drug dealers and gangs, so Selina moved the family to a safer part of the Bronx. Their new apartment was near the Cardinal Spellman High School. That's where Sonia started 9th grade. When Sonia was first at Cardinal Spellman, the girls and boys did not have classes together. They only saw one another at lunch. Still, Sonia made plenty of friends. She also had a boyfriend named Kevin Noonan. Kevin had blue-gray eyes and curly light brown hair. He was smart and interesting. He made Sonia feel special. On their first date, Kevin took Sonia to a fancy part of Manhattan. It was only a subway ride away from the Bronx, but as Sonia wrote later, it seemed like a whole different world. After that first date, Sonia and Kevin became a couple. He spent as much time as he could at Sonia's house. Sonia had other good friends at school, too. Ken Moy was a year older than Sonia. She met him when she joined a club where students had to make speeches. Ken coached her on how to speak in front of an audience. Sonia knew that would help her become a lawyer, just like Perry Mason. All through high school, Sonia studied hard. She also worked at Prospect Hospital. Junior worked as well. He had 2 jobs. They both had to help out because the family was so poor. With so little money, Sonia wasn't sure how she would ever pay for college. Then one day, when Sonia was a senior, her friend Ken Moy called. Ken was now at Princeton University. Princeton was in the Ivy League, a small group of top schools in the whole country. Ken gave Sonia some advice. "Try for the Ivy League," he said. It might be hard for Sonia to fit in, especially being poor and Hispanic. But he said with an Ivy League education, could change her life forever. Sonia decided to take Ken's advice. She applied to 3 Ivy League schools, Harvard, Yale, and Princeton. She had no idea how tough it was to get into these schools. But guess what? She was accepted at all 3. After visiting each, Sonia decided to follow in Ken Moy's footsteps. She would go to Princeton. The college was in New Jersey, only about an hour and a half from New York City. But for Sonia, Princeton was completely new and different, like nowhere she had been before. So there's the Bronx right there, Princeton right there, down in New Jersey. Not too far, but for Sonia, it may as well have been a completely different world.